Good evening. Welcome to another edition of So Into Bourbon. Tonight's our first episode with a live studio audience.
That's right. We have a fan. What are we doing tonight?
Charlie, we are doing the Designer Dram experience.
That sounds fancy.
All right, so Charlie, this is something, I don't know about you, but late at night when I'm laying in bed looking at my phone and those little Facebook ads pop up and they're catered to you, right?
It's called targeted advertising.
Yes, targeted advertising, and sometimes I fall prey to it. And this time when I saw this, open it up so everyone can see.
Designer Dram.
Designer Dram. This is called the experience. And what they do, they send you 5 different barrels. They're all MGP, 5 to 10-year-old whiskeys.
Look at how adorable these are.
Yeah.
They're little like mini
grenades,
barrels.
hand
Little,
grenades.
little hand grenades.
They send you the box. You taste the 5 different whiskeys and you decide, you experiment with it, decide what kind of blend you want. And once you figure that out, you get on their website, you pop in your blend that you prefer, and you also, really cool thing is, you get to choose what proof you want. Now, I don't know what the limits on it is.
We'll find out.
Yeah, so the samples that they send you are only 86%, they're only 86 proof.
Look at this little graduated cylinder.
Yeah, you're excited, aren't you?
I am. It's like science class.
So 86 proof is really it's pretty low proof, but their goal with that is to appeal to all whiskey drinkers. So whether you're a novice or an experienced whiskey drinker, and they feel like that is a good proof, so it doesn't kind of knock anybody out of the experience, right?
I love this. I love everything about it. This was a surprise. Glenn didn't tell me he was doing this, and then he sent me a picture of it. I think this is perfectly executed. I love it. Designer Dram. It's very elegant. It's very sexy. It's awesome. I love everything about this. I am so excited. And the best part of this is it is 5 to 10-year-old MGP. This is not mystery whiskey. This is not really young stuff. Like, this is probably going to be pretty cool. And the mash bills are really interesting. So if you're a bourbon fan, when you start looking through these mash bills, which we're going to get into, kind of makes you excited.
Yeah, and you talked about the packaging. I mean, it's really cool. It's high class.
100%. Yeah, foam insert. I mean, it's a beautiful box. It says the experience on it. Like, it's really nice.
Yeah.
They did a really good job.
Looks like a high-end product. You get the nice glass and...
Well, what's this thing retail for there, Hockey
Okay, so $249.
Good God.
Which is steep. It is steep, but you also get a full bottle of your blend and a very nice decanter, a very nice looking bottle. You get to customize your label. And once again, it's 5 to 10-year-old MGP. So that's what sold me on it.
I think that's a steal.
Yeah.
I think that's a steal to get your own personalized blend. I think it's an excellent value. The website is excellent. I got the website up here. They give you ideas for different blends based on your tastes. So if you want a little extra help, I'm super excited. Can we start drinking?
We can start.
Okay.
So obviously this is going to be a 2-part episode.
Yes, it is, because we don't have our mix yet.
Right. So you're going to kind of go through the experience with us while we taste these different whiskeys and decide what we want to do, what kind of blend we want. So let's talk about them.
Yep. Let's run through these.
So you have a pure bourbon.
99% corn, 1% malted barley.
Your
Barley malt.
Your favorite, right?
We just did an episode about Hugh Hamer that had the same mash bill, and you think it's going to taste...
Wasn't
It
bad.
wasn't bad at all.
Okay. You've got your rye bourbon. That's 75 corn, 21 rye, 4% barley.
Some of us call
Great
that
mash
classic MGP. So excited.
And then you've got your wheat. Another one of your favorites.
And then we've got barley rye. No, the wheat mash bill is 95 wheat, 5% barley malt or malted barley. We'll see.
I don't know if I've ever had a 95% wheat mash bill.
I can tell you I haven't, because if it was offered to me, I probably would have ran the other direction.
And we've got the barley rye,
which
and
is
this is interesting too.
super.
Right?
49% barley, 51% rye. Very cool, very trendy right now. A lot of different distilleries are doing this, Jack Daniels and a bunch of others. Really cool, kind of grainy flavor profile.
Did we taste that mash bill at Old Louisville Whiskey Company?
I had a few to drink that episode, but yes, I believe we did.
Something tells me we
Something
did.
tells me I may actually have that bottle now that I think about it.
Okay, and then we've got the pure rye.
Which is 95.5, and if you're a MGP fan and a rye fan, you know their 95.5s are excellent. We've actually done a couple episodes on the Beastmasters 95.5 rye, and they are very, very good. Now, these are all 86 proof though.
86 proof.
So
It's going to be interesting.
it's going to be interesting. Where would we like to start?
Let's do the pure bourbon.
Let's do the pure.
99 corn,
Okay.
1% barley.
Well, that's barley rye. That's wheated. That's pure rye.
Put a lot of thought into this.
That's rye bourbon, and there's pure bourbon. So only 50 ml. So we kind of talked, we're probably not going to have a lot to mix together. So we're going to do this just kind of by the so into bourbon way.
I don't know, maybe do really light pour so we have some extra. So that's the one thing that I can kind of point out
I'm kidding.
with this kit is you don't get a whole lot, so there's not a lot of blending and experimenting and mixing that you're going to be able to do.
We've got a good decent amount there after that pour. I think we're going to be just fine. We're not even going to look at it. We're just going to stick our nose right in there.
No, I'm going to. I'm going to ask you. What's that remind you of? Which is odd to me, but
I get a lot of floral on it.
okay.
Like,
I was going to say this has a wild turkey nose to me, which is weird because it's not even close to wild turkey mash bill, but being proof
Now
down
that you say
86
that,
proof.
I do get a little bit of that turkey funk to it. It does. So this will be the second 99% corn that I've nosed that I don't get any corn.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of corn.
It's 86 proof. I don't get any corn on it. I'm so excited.
Cheers.
Do get some corn on the palate.
Mm-hmm. Corn on the palate. There's not a whole lot going on. Obviously, it's
Sweet corn.
Yep, caramel.
Little caramel.
Yep.
There is. Maybe it's just because I know the barley's there. There is that kind of that grainy, that really malty kind of aftertaste, end palate. It's not very oaky. It's just sort of like sweet corn candy.
Yeah.
So, but it's
pleasant.
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
It's pure bourbon.
All right.
You get anything different on that second drink?
I get a little bit of oak on the finish, a little bit of chocolate.
We were talking, not to go off script because we've got a lot to do here, but we were talking before we started, and one of the things about doing our channel and So Into Bourbon is how I am constantly surprised. Mm-hmm. And one of the great things about doing this, other than people watching and us drinking cool things, is when you get a bourbon and you think it's going to be one thing. Like, so somebody hands you, hey, this is 99% corn.
Mm-hmm.
You've been like, that's going to taste like straight corn. I love being surprised. And the last two 99 ones are super surprising.
Yeah.
End of rant.
Those two and that, I mean, that really surprised me.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be trash, to be honest with you. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. We need to keep this moving.
Yep, we got to go.
Let's do the rye bourbon mash bill. You think?
Bro, it is your world. I'm just living in it. Rye bourbon, 75 corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. May I have a empty dram? Oh, we're just going same dram?
No. That's my old one there.
Oh, okay. All right. Uh-oh. Our cork's stuck.
I don't know what's trouble.
And we're back after having absolutely no problem opening this very tiny bottle. Look, it's very easy. Okay, here we go.
2 days later.
So this is 75, 21, 4.
75, 21, 4.
Very excited about this one. This is classic MGP high rye, which I very much enjoy. Look how much we have left over. We're being very responsible. Put that very easy open lid.
Mint.
Really? Oh yeah. Ooh.
Absolutely. Total mint.
Boy, there's something else there too.
Which is
isn't
weird
there?
because I don't usually pick up on the mint. Like,
Yeah, the only
that.
time
That's-
really I get mint is like on those like a 95.5, and usually it's hyper aged. It's interesting. It's there. Oh yeah. Cheers. Drink. There we go.
You can definitely taste the rye in the mash bill.
Yep.
I'm getting more corn on this one, to be honest with you.
I do get really sweet corn up front palate. It dissipates really quickly, and you're left with that like really
Black pepper.
Yeah, a little spice, and then really oak. I get a real kind of that dry oak finish on it. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Just on the front end though, and it doesn't hang around long. I really like that one. That one's nice. It's not, and this is one of the frustrating things. I wish that wasn't 86 proof, because I feel like that would be a totally different animal, and it will when we get it. So yeah, that was an interesting one. Okay, where are we going now?
Going to the weeded.
Weeded. I am so excited. I can't even put it into words.
Charlie, as everyone knows who follows us, knows that Charlie loves weeded bourbons.
I do not. I typically do not.
So a 95% wheat mash bill is just what you've been waiting for.
I have waited on bated breath for this 95.5. All right.
This is going to be
That's gonna be weedy.
really,
Oh my, yeah.
I would expect more of that funk from a 95
Boy, it has
mash bill.
it has like a sweet candy kind of nose on it. That's kind of there.
And once again, maybe it's because it's proofed down like it is, but
It's interesting. All right, we.
I'm smacking
Bro.
my lips this time.
Interesting mouthfeel on this one.
A little more oily, viscous mouthfeel, doesn't it?
It is like a totally different thing.
What are your thoughts on this? I want to hear yours first.
Well, Glenn, I'll tell you. I don't get a lot of much of anything. I mean, it's underwhelming. I don't get any. I don't get much. I don't get much of anything. It's whiskey. Tastes like whiskey.
That makes sense, though. I mean, the wheat and the mash bill usually kind of smooths it
Yeah,
out.
smooths it and sweetens it. But again, it's 86 proof.
I'm getting more of a candy nose on this now.
Yeah, I got like a candy on the nose. Oh, there's kind of some of that funk after I drank it a little bit. I mean, it's not bad.
No.
But it's not something that I would seek to drink.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, where are we at now?
Don't know if this is going to be in the blend.
No.
All right, moving on.
Spoiler alert, it's not in the blend. Barley rye.
Barley rye mash bill. This is 51% rye, 49% barley.
As the kids say, I'm jazzed for this one. Oh no.
Is it doing it again? Don't break it now.
And cut.
And we're back once again.
Barley rye, 49% barley, 51% rye. Oh goodness. Malted barley. So hot right now. So hot.
It looks really, really, I was going to say thin, but then it sticks to the glass really well.
Oh, it does, man. Wow.
So I'm getting a little bit of that mint on this one, obviously. It's a 51%. I'm surprised that the high rye bourbon had such a minty note to it.
Yeah, I get more mint on this than the high rye. But I also get a little of that like sweet candy kind of. All right. Barley rye. Barley rye. Barley rye. I like that.
Yeah, that's
good.
that is good. And the mintiness comes through on the palate on this one.
Yeah, it has a very crisp finish. Like it's crisp. Designer Dram, crisp. It's really good. Really kind of that earthy barley on the front, that kind of sweet grainy, and then it just dissipates to a little bit of rye spice and that crispness. I really like that. That's really good. I wish it was 120 proof.
That minty evergreen note kind of stays with you.
It really does linger.
Mm-hmm.
Really linger. I really like that. I love interesting mash bills because they're interesting.
I like it. All right, moving on. Gotta keep this train rolling, Charlie.
95.5. I kind of heavy poured that barley rye, sorry.
That's the one I'm
least excited for because you don't like flavor?
Not at all.
I'm going to give you a little more, Glenn. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that.
You know, you did buy it.
So we don't have anything else to drink tonight. So.
Shh, we only film one episode at a time. Definitely wouldn't film 5. 95.5.
I'm getting some funk on this one.
Are you? Mm-hmm. Shut the funk up, I am too.
That is funky.
Boy, I like that.
That's just what more is there to say about it? It's just got that classic rye funk.
95.5. So good.
Can we just get this?
We're just going to get this one. Good night, everybody. Oh my god.
Proof it up to about, I don't know. What do you think?
Well,
107.
The Beastmasters picks that we have are in the 130s. Oh my gosh, so good. Even at 86 proof, it's just everything you want in a rye. It's sweet and flavorful and just a little bit of spice, and it's oaky, and it just kind of tickles your tongue the whole time. Your kind of cherry cola that you like. I don't get cherry cola.
I don't get that at all.
But I definitely get like a cola.
I'm getting a little bit of an acetone note on it. Funky acetone.
Maybe it's the water.
Could be. Oh, speaking of which, that is one of the reasons they cite for proofing this down, is because they want to control. They were afraid that if they sent something too proofy, people would try to proof it down on their own.
With their
which
well
would
water.
taint it with their well water, yeah.
All right, so quickly rank them. Go.
Okay. I'm gonna go, oh gosh. Why do you do this to me?
I said quickly.
Rye bourbon, pure rye, barley rye. No. Yes. Pure bourbon, wheated.
Pure rye, barley rye, rye bourbon, pure bourbon, wheated would be mine. Now, here's what's tricky.
How do you blend it?
I have no idea. We're not going to do a 5 blend, obviously.
Right.
So the cool thing about their website is they have a couple suggestions, like for the classic bourbon lover, 75% pure bourbon, 5% rye bourbon, 10% barley rye, and 10% pure rye. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. So I think we should do something cool. What are your thoughts on doing something with the barley rye and the pure rye? That way it's a 3 grain, but it's kind of a little mixy. We get a little spiciness because I assume we're going to go a little higher proof than 86.
I hope so.
All right. So why don't we do a little 50-50 blend and see how we turn out on that?
50-50, huh?
What do you? I'm open to suggestions, Mr. Hawkersmith.
No, I have zero experience with blending whiskey, so my initial thought was having a base of the rye bourbon.
Oh.
Since this is so into bourbon. Although it's really hard to resist having a really strong rye.
You know
blend.
What? It is your world. I am just living in it. And we have plenty, so you do your blend, kind sir.
Charlie, what do you think? Maybe we should leave this as a cliffhanger.
Ooh.
And let the people find out later.
That means you have to like and subscribe.
You also have to check out our Facebook, So in a Bourbon,
And our Instagram.
So in a Bourbon,
And Glenn's TikTok.
Whiskey Realtor.
And most importantly, keep your drams designer, your wallets tight, and your bungholes tight.
Don't
No,
say
loose. What? Your bungholes loose. Don't
Good
keep
night.
them so. Good night.
Tell 'em good
everybody.
night.
Good night, Designer Dram.
Here, let the big guy take it,
It's too small for my fingers.
isn't it?
Thought the big guy was going to handle it. Designer Dram. If you're in the market
This
for
is awkward.
Designer Dram, this is great. Here, you hold it and I'll bite it.
Think about putting a cork on these Designer Dram.
Tiny bit of cork.
I'm gonna stop this. because
And cut.
I don't want to.
Designer Dram, episode 755, take 2. Action.